Well, staying on the state level, there's legislative activity that is taking place across the country. About 56 different bills being introduced to stop the infiltration of the divisive CRT-inspired teachings and concepts in school. I mean, this is kind of the second wave. We saw some of it last year, but it's intensifying. And this is, again, one of those things that I find encouraging, just like what we were talking about in South Dakota, where you had a governor vetoed the bill last year, but after she heard from citizens who said, "What are you doing? We need this," the politicians are responding. And in fact, we need to replace some of these politicians with just common sense mom and dads who know what needs to be done. Joining me now to talk more about what's happening on the education front is Meg Kilgannon, FRC Senior Fellow for Education Studies. Meg, welcome back.
Great to see you, Tony.
Okay, so very quickly, give us a read on what's happening across the country as it pertains to these bills addressing critical race theory.
Well, there have been 56 different pieces of legislation introduced all across the country, and this is really wonderful to see. It shows that legislators are responding to the concerns of parents about the content of the curricula in their public schools. And the PEN America study that you referenced, the PEN America Foundation is funded by publishing companies to be a defender of free speech. So the study that goes through these bills is not necessarily complimentary of the bills themselves. And there's a lot of hand-wringing and nitpicking over particular facets of this part or that part. But I think the important thing at this point in the process is that this is happening, that votes are being taken, markers are being laid down, and you're either with parents or you're not. And this is a great way of measuring support for parental rights in education.
Now, Virginia, that was kind of the epicenter of this battle over education. It spilled over and really drove the outcome of the governor's race. It's still raging here. What's the latest in Virginia?
Still raging. We had a great day yesterday in Richmond with the Family Foundation of Virginia. Parents from all across the state went to the Capitol, and we met with our state senators and our House of Delegates members, and we talked to them about the issues that we were concerned about and the bills that we wanted to see passed. And pretty shockingly this morning, we have a majority, the Republicans have a majority in the House and have been very supportive of parental rights. In the Senate, Democrats control the Virginia Senate by 2 votes. And to everyone's delight today, this morning, we got 2 senators to vote with us on a bill that would require parental notification of sexually explicit material in school assignments. Now, this is not library books in the library. This is material that's assigned to a student in a classroom. And the idea is that just as you would allow a student who objected to dissecting a frog in biology the opportunity to opt out and take a different assignment, so if a parent objects to a child reading sexually explicit or sexually violent content in a text assigned in a core class, English, social studies, etc., the parent would have the opportunity to opt their child out of that material and be given an alternative assignment. So we need 2 votes in the Senate. We got those 2 votes on the committee today. So it's exciting to think that this bill will pass through the Senate under Democrat control with bipartisan support. It should easily pass the House of Delegates. And Governor Youngkin promised to sign it during the campaign, and we have every expectation that he will do so. So this is an example of the wonderful things that can happen when parents become involved in the process.
Right. And when you look at, we've got 30 state legislatures controlled by Republicans. I mean, we should have 30 states that are passing these protections for children and parental rights. So this is giving wind, I believe, in the sails of the entire effort with what's happening here in Virginia. Very quickly, Meg, FRC Action has some training coming up. Tell our viewers and listeners about that. They might be able to join in.
We'd love it if you could. We're going to be in North Carolina in Raleigh on February 9th and near Charlotte, North Carolina on February 10th. And if you go to our website at www.frcaction.org/schools, You can register there for the events. There's no charge, and we're going to provide a lunch that day. We're partnering with NC Values, and we're just really excited to go, just as it was exciting to be in Richmond yesterday and to be with actual parents who are doing the work. We want to have these same kind of actual parents run for school board in North Carolina and change the dynamic in education from the ground up.
Well, that's exciting. And folks, you can find out more about that by going to tonyperkins.com. Meg, always great to talk with you. Thanks so much for dropping by today.
Thank you, Tony.